and I suppose your relationships all round. Morning, Gail.
Good morning.
And thanks for coming in this morning. So, have you discovered the secret behind being a good parent, or do we still sort of navigate and feel our way through this as we go along?
I have discovered the secret, and we do navigate too. It's not a one solution. It's about understanding and navigating with each child, because each child's different.
So you've been doing this for a while. What are the common challenges that parents have when it comes to disciplining their kids?
I think the common challenges they have are that they feel like their children don't listen. So an example will be, so often we're focusing on what they must do in the moment, like listen there. But what we need to be doing is looking at the emotional need behind the behavior. When we address that, that's the secret.
Well, to me it sounds like we have to get parents to stop for a second, take a breath and think about exactly what's happening.
Absolutely.
Is that what you're teaching us, how to actually do that as well? How do you stop and not just blow your top?
Absolutely. It's all about our emotional needs too. My whole theory is we need to build our self-awareness in ourselves and our children. It's our needs that drive all the behavior. So when we understand why we're blowing our top, we can then look at, and we have control over sorting out how to work with that. Then we can be effective parents to our children.
And you know, I'm that pushover parent. My husband calls me the doormat. That's what I am at home, because I give in to everything within reason, of course. But you know, you have the grandparents who'll say, we never had these problems in the old days. This is what you just do. This is, you know, just put them in their place. But parenting is so different in 2019. Kids are different. The world is different of our kids. So how do you sort of take that into consideration? Is parenting from 20 years ago as opposed to parenting in 2019?
Well, parenting in 2019, children are exposed to so much more. I think in the olden days, parents were living at home, situations were different. Now we have to upskill our children. We have to teach them how to handle situations on their own. I think in the olden days, where we always told our children what to do, that might have worked then. But
and
now,
where the spanking worked. Or you weren't arrested for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, my question is, what leads to spanking? Why have we got to that stage? Parents have got more pressure on themselves, working and running a home. I think we have to upskill our children to handle their own situations. And that's what I teach in the workshops.
And do you sort of look at the cases or scenarios, or take into consideration it's not always the child who is wrong, that parents can also be wrong in a situation and just be doing the completely wrong thing?
For me, it's not about who's right and wrong, because the moment there's a blame game, that leads to the beliefs of I'm not okay. I think we've got to look at, is the situation working or not? Where is the parent's responsibility and where is the child's? It is the parent's responsibility to get the skills to learn how to facilitate the development in their children.
So just give us some idea of the actual topics that you cover, just a brief idea.
The topics, I cover, the biggest one is discipline, because that's the day-to-day interactions. That's the most important, where we are teaching them to self-manage. I also look at confidence. Confidence is everything. If the children are confident, that's when they can achieve all that they need to.
And how does one get in touch with you to attend these workshops? How often do you have them?
I have them at the moment once a month, and the best way to contact me is by email. My email address is gail@shiftingperspective.co.za.
And your workshops, would they include the parents and the children, or is it just the parents who come?
It's just the parents that come.
Okay, and
yes.
Just have you had feedback in the past? I mean, how have parents said, what have they said about how these workshops have actually helped them? Has it made a difference in any parent-child relationship, a drastic difference?
Absolutely. I've had so much feedback. The feedback's on my website and on my Facebook page. I've got reviews. It's so nice to feel like all of a sudden you have your power back. As a parent, if we can understand how to facilitate that, we don't have to control our children's behavior. When we're in control of what we are doing, that's when it works. And it's a relief for parent and child.
Okay, so that's interesting, is getting your power back as a parent, but
Absolutely.
Empowering your child at the same time.
Absolutely.
If I'm understanding that.
So often we trying to control their behavior, and that's where it doesn't work.
Yeah. And I mean, does this apply to parents with with kids of all ages? Are we looking at mostly teenagers, or is it from the time your child can walk and talk?
It's from the time your child can walk and talk, and it applies to it even applies to adult relationships.
Okay, so you can apply that in those relationships.
Absolutely.
As well. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Gail. And if you want to get in touch with Gail for those workshops, it's gail@shiftingperspective.co.za. If you are battling to just get a handle on things, I'm sure there will be some very helpful tips there for you. Thank you very much, Gail, for joining us this morning.